It really sucks to be a fan of Nintendo right now. As you all know, if you watched my channel in the past, or maybe you just keep up with like gaming news and whatnot, Nintendo's not very liked right now, and I don't blame people for hating them as a company, but also they make some of the best games in the gaming space, which is a shame because then if you want to play these games, the new games specifically, if you want to play the old games, find your own way to do that. It's not hard, but yeah, it all started with the I mean, it not I wouldn't say it boiled over with the Switch 2. All the dominoes were kind of lining up. Uh, it was just that was the tipping point. For the last 8 or 9 years, however long it's been, the Switch has stayed consistent in its price. The games have stayed consistent in their price, and I mean, it was $60 when gamers were pushing $70 seemed like a good deal at the time. However, we were also getting ports of Wii U games and even a few older games like 3DS and Wii games for $60 for games that went for maybe $50 at most. From what I heard, the Wii U games went for about $50. I didn't play a whole lot of video games back then, so I can't really say for sure. But one thing I can say for sure is that the games were a flat $60. Off the top of my head, the only first-party Nintendo games that fluctuated from the $60 were Metroid Prime Remastered, which went for $40, which I think I heard maybe one person complain about. Not complain, just say that like it should have gone for less since it's a GameCube game. But I don't know. I don't know how much GameCube games went for back in the day, but for a complete visual overhaul, I think $40 is reasonable. And then there was Tears of the Kingdom that went for $70, and Nintendo said, "Oh, we're not gonna make all games. We're not gonna make all games $70." Little did we know that they were only talking about the Switch one. And then Mario vs. Donkey Kong, which went for $90. And again, these are just the ones off the top of my head. There's a decent chance, I don't know about decent, but there's a chance that there's more first-party games that I have not that I have not played, which is why I don't remember them. Well, I mean, I didn't play Zelda either, but that's you know, that was the one that was more expensive than the 60, so like everyone remembers that. But then the Switch 2 Direct happened, and me and my good friend Mario Fan 188 reacted to the Direct when it came out. That was bad. Our reactions. The Direct was, as a Direct, it was good, but we should have been worried about the price since it wasn't said. And we found out the console was going to be $450. Mario Kart World was going to be $80. You had to pay to upgrade a handful of these Switch 1 titles when another handful were getting free updates. It was just weird. So yeah, as you know, I did end up getting the Switch 2. I quite enjoyed Donkey Kong Bonanza. Still need to make a video on that, by the way. Anyways, yeah, so as we know, Nintendo has been raising a lot more prices. The Amiibo prices went up, the Switch 1 prices went up, all the accessory prices went up again. I think I already made a video on that, didn't I? I don't remember. But yeah, and then on top of that, they're now patenting game mechanics that have been... Well, they're patenting game mechanics. I haven't researched it too much just because I wasn't really thinking of making a video on it specifically, but it's a lot more specific than the broad strokes of what people are claiming. Not to say that Nintendo's in the right, it's still pretty scummy that they're doing it just to screw over Power World. But And it sucks, because like I said, they make a lot of great games. I already mentioned Donkey Kong Bonanza. That is a great game. Very addictive mechanics that suck you in and you lose track of time and you're like, oh shit, I gotta go to work and I gotta put the game down. That didn't actually happen. It's just the first example that popped in my head. And then right now, this also applies to the Pokemon games too. It's even though Pokemon is Nintendo, they're not fully owned by Nintendo. Pokemon ZA is about to come out in a few weeks. Maybe just one, depending on when this video comes out. And a lot of people do not like it. A lot of people are just questioning why it's localized entirely in the city. A lot of people are saying it looks terrible. A lot of people are saying that this is not worth the price tag, which in my opinion, I kind of agree considering the state of Pokemon games as a whole. And also, we've had more development time for this game, so it's probably going to be more polished than Scarlet and Violet were. But announcing a DLC before the game is even out, if it is true that the game was delayed, that means that it's ready or almost ready. But it's just a little scummy that they're announcing it right now. Again, considering the state of Pokemon games in the past, pretty much the entire Switch generation, with the exception of Let's Go Pikachu and Eevee. In my opinion, that's still the best game on the Switch. Purely, not even because, like, the catching mechanic is fine. I would enjoy a Let's Go Johto, but I wouldn't want that to be the main catching mechanic. But in my opinion, it had the best visual style in all the games because it was simple, it was cartoony. It's not too hyper realistic. You know, it's nice, nice little. It reminded me of the 3DS style a little bit. Well, not 3DS, but Gen 6 specifically, because we've kind of been Gen 8, and it looks like ZA is kind of borrowing a lot from Gen 7's art style. But a lot of people aren't happy with a lot of the decisions they're making too. Paywalling a bunch of new megas behind either the DLC or online ranked battles. And I hate not just ranked, just Pokemon battles as much as the next guy. I don't really care about the Call of starters, so I may not even do it if I do end up getting the game. But the thing that's really drawing me into ZA, which sucks because it looks like it'd be really fun, is the new battle system. Because everyone was like, oh, it's like the anime, you can battle like the anime, you know, you can make the Pokemon move and dodge attacks and whatnot. And in my head, my first thought was, yes, we can get battles from Pokemon Adventures, let's go, where the trainers take damage and all that. And so maybe I'll try ranked. I don't know. I don't know. Because with the completely new battle system, all like the stats and stuff had to be reworked. Well, not all the stats, but like I think like the speed and accuracy had been tweaked a little bit, and it sucks because I really hate Pokemon battling like to try to win. Like in the game, sure, you know, whatever you have to do it to get to it, but it's not they're not super challenging. Even like the difficult ones, it don't require you to make a competitive team in order to win. Even Kieran's battle in the Teal Mask. What was it called? Whatever the DLC 2 was. That one, he did have like a competitive-ish type build, but it was still to the point where you didn't have to strategize completely in order to beat him. Right, I'm trying to think. Did I beat him using older Pokemon, or was it my team? I don't remember, because if I was using my older Pokemon, then yeah, that was gonna make it easy regardless. But I don't know. Okay, so maybe that's not a fair comparison. But anyways, yeah, and it's not just Nintendo that's being really scummy. It's also Microsoft, Sony, the entire gaming or AAA lane. Yeah, the entire AAA gaming landscape is in a really rough state right now, and thank God for indie games. I mentioned Donkey Kong Bonanza earlier. I forgot. I didn't even mention that it got DLC for $20 for what looks like cut content. I've watched some other videos about it, and it appears that that there was a lot of effort put into it by a completely different team, so it might not have been cut content. But everyone agrees that $20 is way too much. I'm not a huge Metroidvania guy. Like, I'll play Metroid every once in a while, but I've never been too into it. But I might just buy Silksong out of spite at this point. I should probably leave off with the message rather than just like cutting it. So support indie devs. Support indie devs. It's your money. You do what you want. But always remember, it's always morally right to pirate Nintendo games. And all older games. It's morally right to pirate AAA. That doesn't mean you should. I'm just saying I'm not gonna think any less of you if you do.